Hello, Linda.
Hello, Virginie. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm so happy that we have the chance to do this. We decided to launch ourselves into an adventure today, going live on both our channels at the
That's
same
right.
time.
At the
So
same time, that's right. So, hello, people on Facebook. Hello, people on YouTube. And where are you live now? Are you on Facebook and YouTube as well?
yes, exactly. So we're going live on Facebook and YouTube as well, both our channels. So four channels at one. We were just like, let's go for it.
Right. Well, then
So
let me introduce myself for your audience because they have
yeah.
no idea who I am, right? And I'll say it in English, Linda Girabert in French, but my name is Linda, and
Yeah.
I am known as the Back in the Groove Again coach. I'm also a travel coach, and I mostly work with women who hesitate on traveling on their own. There are a lot of women that quietly say, one day I'll travel on my own, and they just don't for various reasons. And also, there are women that will book a trip, but they'll cancel umpteen times for different reasons. They're afraid of something. And
Mm.
so that's who I work with. That's who I work with. And how about if you introduce yourself for my audience?
First, I want to say that I'm so happy to have this conversation with you because I love your mission. I love that you are wanting more women to have access to this freedom of being able to travel on their own, discover the world, and this is all about empowerment, and I'm all about empowerment too. So
Yes, yes,
we, right? It's so important. Yes. So
exactly. So tell me how you're all about empowerment. I'm
yes. So
curious.
from my perspective, like what I am, my angle, if you want to say my entry, my entry point into the world of freedom is through erotic freedom. So erotic empowerment, which is to say how you can discover who you truly are as a sexual being, as an erotic being, how to free your own expression in your
Mm,
sexual energy.
right. And I can see how that relates to women who are wanting to travel on their own first. They've never done that before. Maybe they did when they were, teenagers or something like that. But after a while, they probably have been caregiving for so long or married maybe for so many years, and there's something inside them that says, I want to travel on my own. So I'm wondering, like in your work, right, which is very, very different than my work, because I don't deal with sexuality or sensitive issues at all. One question that comes to mind, though, is how can a woman who is thinking about traveling on her own explore herself, become maybe even a different person when she's traveling, if that's what she wants to explore, right? Women
Ah,
go traveling for different reasons, right?
right.
They
So
travel for
first,
different reasons.
ah, this question touches my heart because
Mm,
I am such a lover of travel. For me, travel is my special time. Like even not just before I arrive to the destination that I want to go. The fact of traveling, the moment of traveling is such a precious moment in my life. I love
yes,
this. It's like it's a me time. Like it's like a bubble for me. I know for some people it
yes,
might be associated to stress and going to airport, checking in, doing all the formalities, and then
yes,
you have to be on time at the right place at the right time. Um,
yes.
and that's true too. And I take it also, I guess, also through being having done that a lot of times, it becomes easier and easier, and
True.
this part gets less present. And then the other part which is really coming is, wow, like the moment in the train or in the plane, when the plane takes
Mhm.
off or the train is running, and you're like, it's like a special tunnel of time that you have for
It is.
yourself. And then it's usually my favorite ever. And then of course, not talking about when you arrive in the place and you discover new places. So a lot of what you say, for me, there's a lot of parallel in what we do, in the sense that discovering yourself, you need to create a moment, a space and time in your
Right.
continuum of life that is rolling anyway, like the train
Right.
or whatever. Your life is rolling by. It's like,
That's
ooh,
right.
going, right?
And who has time to think? I'll sorry, I'm just
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to interrupt you for a second.
Mhm.
Years ago, many years ago, when I was married, this is my third husband, I was married with him. He wrote down on a calendar that we were going to be having some fun that night. He scheduled it on the calendar because he knew that you're talking about busyness. Life is rolling, right? He wrote that down on the calendar, and I thought, what? Why can't it be just more spontaneous? So what you're saying is that you're right. Life does happen, right?
Yeah. And
And
it
and,
rolls
and
by. Yes. And yeah. And so I mean, first, I love that your husband did that.
I
Which
was
is so
I
good.
I didn't like it, but you would have loved it, yes.
Yeah, no, I find it great too, because for some different reasons, but I'm a proponent of whatever works for you. So I'm a proponent of people finding out what works for them and what doesn't work. So I'm not the
Right,
one who says like, this is the best, this is the correct, this is the wrong, this is right. No. It's like, discover what works for you.
right,
But in general, I like the idea of having a date night, or making it as important, like to make it so important that we want to make the time. The same, like, if you want to travel, you need to book a date, you need to make it
absolutely.
time for, like,
That's
okay, I'm going to go to this place and it's going to be at that time, and I'm going to book the different transportation to go there. So
that's right.
this is how things happen. And it might sound strange to say, book a time. It looks not spontaneous. It feels
Right,
uh, we are forcing something into existence. But I have believed that we can make it as a fun also event, and we don't have to go into anything that we don't want, but at least we have a
right,
date moment, a moment of
right,
connection that has been kind of agreed. And then there's also a part of us, and for some of us it might be very arousing to anticipate this moment, like,
right, right.
knowing that this is going to be a moment that we can look forward to, and we can get ourselves ready for it. And like, okay, make myself nice, and then think about what
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes, yes, yes.
wear, and then also think about my lover, what's going to happen, what I would like.
Yes,
So there's a lot of tease in the anticipation of it that can also be part of the experience, if
right,
we if we
absolutely, yes,
if we take it in that way, so.
yes. So let's take it back for women who are traveling on their own. Now, because
Yes,
that's who I'm speaking to,
yeah, and I
women who
like
want to
that. Yes.
travel, and I'd love to hear more about that because when you travel on your own, you have an opportunity to kind of do whatever you want to do, technically. Right? You
Yes.
have different, you might, we talk about intentions. When I work with a client, we talk about setting intentions, what it is that they're hoping to feel, to
Yes.
experience when they're on vacation, okay? But I want
Yes.
to tie in what you do
Yes.
because I think there's room for us women, to discover a part of us. As I use my top, to there's a part of us that we may haven't, maybe we haven't seen that part of us for a long time.
Yes. Oh my God. You make me so happy today, because I'm so excited. I'm like, this is so parallel. The parallel are so true. Like it runs. So the same way that you can totally, and I recommend this for you women to travel on your own to discover things about yourself, like what the magic you can create by being in this place and doing something different that you would not normally do, or
Mm,
explore things your own way, at your own pace, at your own rhythm, with your own
right.
inclinations of what attracts you, what feels right in this moment, what feels good. But like, I would go to this place, and maybe the other person that would normally be with you would maybe not have liked it, and you would have gone for a compromise. But this time you're discovering
Exactly.
things for you the same way with sex. It's the same.
Right.
You would again, I recommend to have some journey on your own with your own body.
You
For
well,
any
that's
women, of course, if you're single, of course, if you are with your partner, of course, because this is where the magic can happen about, like, who am I really?
who am I? I
Who am
think this is
I?
yeah, exactly. That's the important thing that I want to bring up is yes, we can travel for many different reasons. And of course, in this particular live, we're talking about traveling to rediscover who we are, you
Yes.
know, and maybe discover, never mind rediscover. Maybe
Yeah.
it's right. Maybe it's discovering a side of you that
Yeah.
you might have wanted to discover for a long time. For whatever reason, maybe to bring
That's
it
true.
back at home or
Yeah.
maybe just for yourself, but whatever.
Yes.
Traveling allows you to do that, right?
Oh, so
You know,
much. So much. Because also your brain is being then exposed to, so imagine you're traveling to other countries or to other places where the culture is different, or maybe even the
right,
language is different,
right.
and the habits, the way, the customs, the way people live are different. And so it forces you to put things in perspective, to relativize
Yes,
your own world and what you've been used to and what you think. So it's challenging, but also make you feel so much more like it trains your adaptability and your flexibility, and you discover, like, it's like, woof, you train your mind, neuronal connection different, and then it becomes more like it gives another impulse. Yeah, it's
yes.
a new impulse. And you,
Hmm.
like you say, you can bring it back to your everyday life, and then you see
Yes.
things
Hmm.
different. You have
Hmm.
another perspective of things. So it makes you look at things in another way. Maybe you have things
Right.
you didn't think you were doing at home that feels totally normal, and for other people it is not. It is a different custom, a different way, and you're like, oh, I never thought about this. It should
Yeah.
not it should not be the same somewhere. And so this flexibility of mind and this plasticity, yeah, this
Hmm.
makes
Hmm.
you, and like you say, able to encompass yourself in a new way. It's like,
In a very new way. That's
right.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
That's what I
love that
think
for
is
traveling. Yes,
it's
and
well, it's
planning.
definitely an opportunity to look at that, for women that are maybe feeling, I don't know, unhappy, you know,
Mhm.
unhappy at home or maybe unhappy with themselves.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and I don't know who do you work with? Are they unhappy? Are the women unhappy or men?
So, that unhappy is actually, it's very interesting, because sometimes it is, even we don't realize we are unhappy. We are
Hmm.
just we are just going through the motions of life, and we think it is normal. I
Hmm.
remember
Yes.
at the time when I actually the journey that started me on this kind of work was my own journey
Hmm.
after my son was born, and I was in severe depression postpartum, and I went into this so gradually, so insidiously. I didn't even really realize that I was in it until
Yes.
much further down the road, where it was really
Right.
bad. But honestly, I think I just thought life is like that. and it is normal. It is part of, being a mother. You're tired, you're this, you're that, everything is
Yes.
moving. And I was losing energy and I was feeling very down, but it took me a while to really stop and to look and say, no, it's actually not normal. I mean, like, there should
Right.
there should not be that, but in that way. So unhappy,
Yes. Yes.
it requires already a certain moment of self awareness of like,
Awareness.
okay,
Absolutely.
things are not going the way actually they should. There should be something different. Like
Yes.
I should feel myself better. So for that, I want to say that travel is actually a good way
It could be a
to.
good medicine.
It's best medicine when you don't know how to get yourself out of something that you feel like you are on a track, and you're like going down this track in your life,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
don't know how to stop these tracks. Travel is the best way. Travel is the best medicine for that, because it forces you to change tracks, and
Well,
it's disrupting. It's like an interrupter of the pattern, and
that's
so
right.
you are forced to just jump off something that is so usual and so routine, like the routine and the normal,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it it has this way of making you breathe and
Yes.
look around and go, wait, like I was stressed actually, or I
And,
was
and
this.
deal with things that you haven't dealt with in the past, or deal with things in a very different way, depending
Yeah,
on where in the world, if you do decide to travel in a different country, where you
yeah,
are as
yeah.
well, it
And
does
then
force you to do that.
yes, by this disruption of the everyday life, of the routine
Yes.
version of your life, and forces you to think, where do I get my food, and how do I move around, and how do I move around, and how do I communicate, and so these little things of life will force you to be present, and
Hmm.
to look at things in a different way, and to step out of um the
Well, that
track,
lane, or even your
that
comfort
lane.
zone too,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
of course, yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
So for me, I didn't even, I think, do that first. And then, when you start to look at your life and feel and have this, start even to have a contemplation time, like, oh, I can think of my life. I can look at myself in my life. Am I happy? Am I wanting to continue what's going on? So to respond to your
Yeah.
question that you asked me first about who comes to me and
Yes.
are they unhappy? And I would say, like, most of them are, and they don't even
Yes.
realize until, it's really so. And some also come to me because they want to explore more and want to expand and do things that are out of their comfort zone and really going into their edge and feel their edge and see what's there.
Hmm.
So, and there's a wide spectrum in between, like,
Yes.
how
I
am
can
I?
well, I can only imagine.
So, so it's important, yeah, I think to say that it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon, and this is important for me to say this in all channels possible, to have it normalized that women don't feel bad because they are unfulfilled in their sexual intimacy in their sex life. It is so common. Unfortunately, it is common. It is common. It's not,
Yes.
you're not an exception if you are in this situation. You're not the wrong, or you're not like something you do is wrong, or you're really fundamentally something flawed or something. No, it is so common. And it is hopefully something I want to change in this world, to have more
That's
women
right.
fulfilled and feeling really that they can have a different um, way of life, and they can experience pleasure
Right.
in
Yes.
in a form that is really, really good for them and the body.
Yes, yes. And if, of course, like from my perspective, the traveling piece itself, if we add it to your element, your piece, then
Yes.
it's they come back a completely different woman in cases like that.
Yes.
So, what would be simple ways for a woman to kind of uncover her sensuality,
Mm.
discover her sensuality?
Yes.
Simple
So
ways. What
yeah,
would
it's a good question. Um, so I have a like a free little gift that I would like to offer all women who are seeing this, and it's a little ritual practice that I'm guiding you into to start very simple things, simple little things that you can start to do. It connects you to your body, to your breath, to your. It forces you to have a moment of stopping the machine and see what can you discover. So it's helpful to be guided in that, so you don't like wonder, where can I go, what can I do. Sometimes we need guidance because the
Yes.
mind is going and like help me get out of this. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm
Like a
doing this.
guided visualization. Oh, good. Yeah. Guided imagery and guided visualizations are very, very helpful
Yes.
to, mhm.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question for you. What do you do for women who are wondering? So, what would you advise women who are wondering, I would love to go somewhere and travel somewhere, and I have this idea to come to Mexico to see Virginie, for example. That's a good way to do. Come to
That's right,
me.
because you're in Mexico.
I'm in Mexico and I'm doing retreats for women. So sometimes you can come also and visit me and do somewhere. But what would you say to women who are hesitant and are a little bit insecure? I don't know. Is it safe? Can I travel? Can I manage? What do you do for
Right.
them?
Yeah, it's important for a woman to feel safe wherever they go, right? And whatever that means to them, is what's important. So, for a woman, for example, she might feel safe if she knows somebody who lives in that city. They may not know each other that well, but they know of someone who knows of someone
Ah,
who lives in that city. Because then, if that person feels safe, then they're more apt to feel safe in that country, in that city or in that country. I think that helps. And so, either through me, because I know people who live in Mexico and I know people who live in Spain and different parts, that helps. That way they know that there is somebody there
yeah.
that is there if they need to talk to someone and feel grounded. A lot of times too is recognizing when you're experiencing a fear of some sort. And we go through these different practices. I practice mindfulness meditation with a lot of my clients,
Mm,
and it's recognizing in your body when you're noticing some anxiety that's happening. And what do you do when you're feeling some anxiety? Well, you can take a breath, right?
mm,
Calm yourself down. You can tell yourself, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. So it's really recognizing when you feel some fear of some sort. And of
mm.
course, you don't want to start feeling fear once you travel. You want to practice
Practice. Yeah.
before before you leave. And
Yeah.
there's a person can feel afraid in different circumstances, but it does start with awareness. You mentioned the word awareness.
Yeah.
That's a very important piece, right? It's really calming yourself down and noticing the thoughts or
Mm,
noticing the sensations. The more you practice that, the more you become aware of those sensations when you're living your life, kind of thing.
mm.
Paying attention. I remember I was somewhere, oh, this is years ago, and I remember hearing a little voice that said, "Get out." It was just a little tiny voice. And I wasn't unsafe, but I knew that I was not, I shouldn't be there at that time. So paying attention to our intuition, our inner voice, call it whatever you want.
Mm,
When we don't feel comfortable, let's do something about that. And paying and noticing that and paying attention and saying it's okay for me to leave this situation.
right. Oh, this is so
It's
important. So
okay.
you're training a little bit women also to be by mind, so these mindfulness techniques and to be able to use that for them, so they feel more confident when they travel and they know they have something that
That's right. You
they,
see, because even when we're in a different city, well, when I go to Mexico, I'll talk a little bit about Mexico because I do go to Mexico once in a while, right? I I feel safe where I go. Number one, I do feel safe, and I go out at night, but not a lot. So I kind of limit where I go and the times that I go.
oh,
Maybe when I was in my 30s and 40s, I would have went. I would have
yeah,
went wherever I wanted to go, whenever I wanted to go. So that's just something about stage in life. You know
yeah.
who you are right now and know what you need to feel safe right now, which might be
Hmm.
different than when you were in your 20s and in your
Yes.
30s and 40s, right? Absolutely,
Mhm.
completely different.
And you know what?
So,
Yeah.
mhm.
So finish, and I want to say something,
I
but
was just going to say, said, know what's important for you. Know what makes you feel safe. For me, I'm not interested in going out partying all night till 4 o'clock in the morning. I did that in the past. I wouldn't do it now. So know yourself, know what you need to feel safe,
yeah,
and
and to
have
feel
that
okay.
conversation. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
to feel
absolutely,
okay with it,
absolutely. That's
whatever wherever you are is okay, whatever you
absolutely,
need
yeah,
is okay.
that's
Yeah,
right.
not feel bad that you don't or you miss out on something or you don't do something. It's just like make yourself feel safe, right? And I
Yeah,
want to say that it's such a good segue because this is where our world really meets again. Because safety and awareness, like your own, the awareness of yourself and the awareness of your body, it like those two things, the safety piece and the awareness piece, pieces, like these two, are absolutely essential to have the best possible sexual experience, especially if you
right.
do this with another person. So it's very the same. Safety
Well,
is the
sure,
first
right?
thing,
Yes.
right? Because you need to feel safe. And it's funny because maybe when you go to another area in your like another space, another country, another place where you're not usually in, you're you will be aware that you are paying more attention to this situation of safety. But
That's
safety
right.
is the same when you are in in a sexual context or in an like an erotic interaction with somebody. It doesn't matter if there is sex involved or not, but if you are engaging into more intimate connection with someone, you have to have this level of safety too. And for women,
Yes.
this
Yes.
piece goes a lot unconscious because we are so used to want to protect ourselves and to want to avoid certain situations. It could it could become a protection mechanism, which is really important. We need to have one. A protection
Yes.
mechanism is not wrong. It's just
Yes.
needed. It's needed for us. But it becomes sometimes such an unconscious part that we are sometimes at the effect of that instead of being feeling like knowing exactly what you said before. We're not where to go, where not to go. Trust your intuition, trust your body, knowing what you really want, what is true for you in this moment, not like 10 years or 20 or 30 years ago or more.
Right.
It's the
Right.
same. It's the same. It's the same. You need to be aware of your body. You need to be aware of what you want and not want so that you feel comfortable and relaxed. And you can be in front of another person and know what you are going to allow, what you're not going to allow, what makes you feel good, what actually activates you without even, So instead of running on autopilot or reaction
Mm,
mode, you are much more in agency mode. Like I am the I'm I am the one leading, I'm the pilot of the situation.
right,
And
right.
I know what to ask for. I know when to stop. Very important. If it goes to a place that I don't want to go, or if there's something I want and I be able to also be able to voice it or to express it or communicate it.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's so
So,
important to
yeah,
have that.
yeah. And, when women, just to kind of tie into what you're saying, when women travel on their own, it's important for them um, to share what they want. And I'm not talking necessarily sexually here,
Mhm.
but it's an opportunity for them to actually recognize what they want in terms of, let's just talk about the traveling piece.
Yeah.
Um, Food, what they want to eat,
Yeah. Yeah.
what type of experiences they want, right? All of
Yes.
that, when they're traveling on their own, it gives them that opportunity to discover what is meaningful to them, let
Mhm.
alone, discover maybe a side of them that they haven't gotten to know for a long time.
Yes.
But it does provide them that opportunity to say, yes, I like that. No,
Mhm.
I don't want my eggs fried. I'm just using that as as
Yeah.
an example.
Exactly. And maybe you want to chill out somewhere on a beach club, and sometimes you want to go in a museum and you want to explore Frida Kahlo or something, or like go into
Mhm.
a cultural experience. Maybe go to, like I said, I'm talking about Mexico now, a pyramid or a sacred site, or learn about something different, or you want to have an experience like cooking things with people,
Right,
you know?
right, right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So,
right. So
mhm.
that's the advantage of traveling on your own. And then if you add your piece to it, if a woman is wanting to travel to explore that side of herself even more, then there are different ways of doing that as well
Yeah.
in a safe and pleasurable way, like you were talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Add the
Mhm.
pleasure piece. If we can add the pleasure piece, which is like a deep, intimate experience, like a pleasure in the sense of what really resonates with you, which
Mhm.
makes you feel vibrant, makes you feel alive, makes you feel really, I'm enjoying it right now. Not just like,
Right.
oh, it's nice to have, or we just go through things, or we go fast, we do this. No, 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 no. Like, so if we could bring this awareness and mindfulness into and use it to get more into the pleasure of,
That's yeah,
of your
that's
choices,
right.
Yes,
So I
you're,
call that piece savoring, right? It's all about
mm,
savoring.
yeah,
And savoring is all about you using your senses, the different senses that you
yeah,
have, which
yeah.
is an important piece when you're traveling.
Mm,
And so whether
yes,
it's, and I know these are silly examples, but whether it's savoring a delicious cup of coffee in a
mm,
beautiful cafe, but
yeah,
it is being about enjoying, like, enjoying,
yeah,
right,
uh,
that moment, which,
yes,
when we tie it into to your part, that to me is still feeling our senses, feeling all of
yeah,
our senses
yes.
when we're
And
traveling.
and this is such a great opportunity when you travel to um, give yourself the possibility to experiment with new sensations, with new tastes,
Right.
with new colors or designs, patterns, aesthetics, like from all the senses, like new smells, new perfumes,
That's
new
right.
everything, right? It can
Yes,
be such an opportunity for the sensuality in this case, the senses
exactly.
being aroused from your
Yeah.
choices. I have
And
to say, Yeah, just go on, go on, go on, go on.
I want to add the piece of journaling because when I coach, I always encourage journaling, right?
Mhm.
And depending on the type of why they're traveling and so on. But even in this case, journaling when they're noticing, I like that smell, or I like that feel of whatever, or I like that I liked certain parts of what I was eating. Like I like that.
Yeah,
And to note that, to write about that, because this is
yeah,
what you're going to be bringing back home,
yeah,
right? When you go back
yeah,
home, you want to continue experiencing what you discovered that you enjoyed, when you're
yes.
traveling on your own. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
No, 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 it's okay. I think this is perfect. This is perfect. No, I was just thinking that today I tasted a new fish. So
Oh,
I
did
went,
you?
yes. And so this is the part of the thing. It's like, even if you live in a place where I'm actually, it's like I'm traveling, but I'm traveling for a long time because I'm here for a while.
Right.
Sometimes, and sometimes, so I got an opportunity to get a car. So I was going to a shop that I usually don't go to buy food, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try this." And I was and I went to the section of fish, and then this woman was telling me about this different fish, and I was like, "Oh, I never tasted this fish. It's called butterfish. Do you know this?
Oh,
Mantequilla,
but
pez de
no.
mantequilla. So pez de mantequilla.
Pescado de,
De mantequilla. Yeah,
oh, the
pescado de mantequilla.
mantequilla. Okay, yeah,
So I thought, I was like, "You're sure you don't add the butter?" No, it's just like it's a fresh fish. It's its name. This is amazing. I don't know if people know about this fish, but if you do, you know the comment. Oh my god,
yeah.
it's so delicious. And it's a fish from here, from Mexico. And you have to go to this other place and to this, because in usual supermarket you will find salmon, you will find like the common fish, or very lots of imported fish. Anyway,
Right,
that's another conversation for another time. But I want to say the pleasure it was
right.
to just
This is
taste this
it.
amazing fish that I had never had. And it's new. It's like, I don't even know. I need to check it out. I didn't have time. I just ate
Right,
it like literally before we record this. And I was like, I need to find out on Google how it looks like. And it's like, a discovery of a new taste, like I didn't even know this fish existed. And it's like, oh my God, 10 times better than the salmon that I had, because it's a lot of imported salmon. I'm sure in Canada you have very good ones. But if you're looking for, anyway, just an
yeah.
example,
Well,
of what can
that's a great
happen.
example. Yeah, that's a great example. And so that's an interesting example because when women travel on their own, they get to
Yeah.
experience that
Yeah.
if that's what they want, if that's
If
what they
that's
want to
what I want.
experience. If that,
Yes,
yeah,
if that's
exactly.
something for you, like you like to have new taste and you want to try things, and
Yeah,
it's such an opportunity
yeah,
when you travel to do that.
that's right. Yeah.
Mm, nice, so
Hmm.
good.
So
Oh my
let's
god.
see now. While we're here, what else can we?
We don't want
Now,
it to end.
well, I'm just thinking too, we talked about like your visualization that you're wanting to offer the our
Yeah.
viewers. What are other simple ways, I've talked about savoring,
Mhm.
really
Yeah. So,
enjoying. Mhm.
one of the things, so first I want to say it's not just visualization, it's like an embodiment experience. So that means I
Mm,
am guiding you through things that you do with your body. And
I
so
see. Okay.
it's like, it's an experience you do with your body, because all happens in the body. So it's super
Got it.
important that it's included in the body and the sensation in the body, and that you become aware of many things. So through breath, through energies, through certain movements, certain touches. Um, so anyway, so that's a thing. So
Okay.
that's an embodiment experience. And also, what I do, which I find is so amazing for all women to do, and for all human beings really, is to discover what is your erotic blueprint. So,
Hmm.
like, many people know about the love languages, that we have 5 love languages, 5 ways to express our love, through services, through gifts, through encouragements, through different ways. Like, we have the tendency to be one or two or three or more of these things. The same way, we have different erotic blueprints, which means we have different entry points into our turn on. Like the turn on is the state where you feel like, ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, I'm really, yum, yum, yum. Something in me is lit up. So that's
I've
the,
had that feeling before. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I
I
hope,
remember it quite well.
I hope we all have it. And I hope we all have it as much as we can. But the basic of this is this: your entry point. So your erotic blueprint is the way you are entering the field of eros, of turn on, of desire, of whoosh, being lit up. And so some of us is through the senses. We said about something about sensual.
Right,
So
right.
some of us through the senses, so through sensations and through touch. Some of us is more through energy, having more like space and this tease and connection with a person that is going through subtle channels, not just the touch or the senses. Some of us are more attracted by or turned on by something taboo, something that takes you to the edge, something that is a little naughty, a little different. And some of us are moved or more turned on by something really sexual, like really going for the thing, the genitals, going directly for the thing. And not so many, but like they are, And so, and some of us are moved by all of that together, like a mix of everything, like being a fireworks of all the different things. And so it's important for me women to know their erotic blueprints because
Right,
then you understand more what to do. Like again, we talk about agency, about being the pilot of your system.
right,
And so
right,
being able to look at what I require and what would make me in the mood.
right,
And
right,
being, more aware of which category you are, which type you are,
right.
it's so helpful. So helpful. So that's what I love to do is to that's what I do first. Actually, you can book a session with me.
Like, is there a questionnaire?
There is also a
Oh,
quiz existing for that. Yes, yes, yes.
oh,
So there's also possible to do it. So if you just send me a message, I will point you to that. And also, it's good to have again somebody who can guide you through your body. So because your body doesn't lie, so you quiz, you answer with your mind, which is okay. Your mind say, I like this, I don't like that. Sometimes you don't even know what you don't know. You don't know
right.
that your body might like certain things and you haven't experienced it or you haven't given really the chance for that. So that's good to have
Yes,
also a kind of more somebody who can guide you through and have your body on it. So that's what I do. I do a
I
consultation.
understand.
Yes. Mhm.
Interesting.
So yeah, there is a quiz also you can take and find out, or you can watch some of the videos I've made and explain the different blueprints more in detail. Now I've gone through this very quickly, but yeah,
Well, if anybody out there is interested in that,
yeah.
then you'll have to get in touch with Virgin. You have a YouTube channel too, I think, right? Or do
Yes,
you?
I
Yes, you've
do.
got
I
it.
do, and most of yes, and yes, I'm looking to develop a more organized way. But yeah, there are lots of video on my YouTube channels and on my Facebook profile as well. You can browse through video in French, in English.
Bien,
Some,
c'est ça, parce que tu viens de la France, hein?
c'est ça, oui.
Oui, oui. And I wanted
Exactement.
to know so much, like, why Mexico? Il y a tellement de places que tu peux aller vivre dans le monde. Why Mexico? No, and you don't need to get into any personal stuff.
Yeah,
But Mexico is
it's a long
really
story,
far
but
from France.
she's very far, and I guess like I'm still processing what there's a lot of it is what you talked about at the beginning is intuition. My intuition
Right.
and my being wanting to experience something and being able to get out of my stuck situation. I was in a stuck
Right.
situation, and I felt like it's time for something different. I wanted a new impulse in my life. And when Mexico came, through a friend actually who invited me to come, and was like, "Ah, you should come here. You should visit that." And it was that was through this route that I entered, and then I fell in love with the the place, and I'm like, "Oh, I
Yes.
need to live here."
Yeah,
But
well, it is a beautiful place. Like the first time I ever went, um, I went there to get married. And I didn't get married, but I did
God,
go there for that for that reason.
oh my God, this is a
Um,
book. This is the beginning of a book, Linda.
Long story short, I didn't
Yeah,
get married. I got married after we got divorced. I didn't like Mexico. Okay, for various reasons, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. Oh my God.
But I've been spending my winters there, right? Over the last few years, I go there for 3, 4 months. Different
Mm-hmm.
part of your part of Mexico, but still.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that I they're they're good people. They're very friendly, and they're very kind, and they're very family oriented as well. So I enjoy Mexico now.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes, it's a nice place. Oh my God, I enjoyed it so much to talk to you today, Linda. It was such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much. Uh,
Oh, it's been a pleasure, and thank you, and thank you.
I loved it. I hope our listeners loved it. If you do, please send us a little comment, send us a little message so that we know you're here. If you're on Team Replay, you can say replay, and we know you were
That's
here.
right.
And if you have any questions about Linda, her like a program is the program you do to help women to be in touch with
That's
their
right. Yeah.
travel.
I do have different coaching programs and one-on-one as well. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they
and of
can get
course,
in touch with
same with
you.
you. Right.
Yes. Yes. So
Thank you.
we
Thank
look
you,
forward to hear
everybody.
from you. And thank you so much again for this amazing conversation. And yes, let's
Thank you,
continue.
everybody. Thanks for viewing. And yeah, write your questions down. We'll respond to them. And
Yes.
thank you for viewing us. And yeah,